Welcome back at Titi's House Podcast. Today I want to talk about manifesting. You know what manifestation means?
Yes, ma'am. I manifested this life that I'm currently living.
Oh, you did? Because they say you have to manifest your partners or your relationship. So you got to visualize seeing that. So I want to talk, we're going to call it Manifestation Monday.
Manifestation Monday.
Yes. About basically, it's just really just visualizing yourself, right?
In your highest form.
In your highest form. And then, putting positive affirmations out there for the partner that you're looking for or the relationship that you want, right? Being deserving of what you want.
The job you want.
Everything. Yep. They said you can manifest a lot of positive things in your life, but you have to be a positive person too. You know what I'm saying? So how do you develop qualities? And how do you, because in order to attract that, you got to be that. Mm-hmm. Right? I really believe that if you want somebody who is loyal, you got to be loyal. If you want, because God ain't going to bring you nobody that's loyal and you ain't loyal, you out here cheating every week. Or somebody who's a liar. Or God is not going to bring you an honest person when you sitting here lying all the time, right?
Exactly. And I think you can manifest the negative and all the bad things that happen in your life too.
Oh, yeah. You put it out in the air. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the stress and stuff. I mean, you
could be like,
you're your worst critic. Yeah, this always happens to me.
I ain't never got no money.
Right. Like I'm broke. Yeah. You can manifest those negative things. Yep. I agree with that too. That's why people be like, don't say that out loud.
Yep. I try to watch everything I say. I remember the last time when I used to be an Uber driver, it was one day I was just frustrated. I'm like, I'm tired of driving for Uber. 2 hours later, I get in a car accident, car wrecked. After that, I'm like, oh, words are really, really powerful.
Yeah.
I'm tired of driving for Uber. Bam, two hours later, exactly, on the way home.
You were on the way home from driving for Uber and you had an accident.
Had an accident.
Man, you put that in the atmosphere. They said whatever you push out in the atmosphere, you definitely get it back, whether it's negative or positive, right?
I really meant it that day, and the universe was
you was tired, and then the universe said, now you ain't got no car.
Yeah, or a job.
Now you ain't got no job or a car, because I'm sure that was the end of your car.
Yeah, that was.
You have to get another car and everything.
They totaled it out, yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. It says be careful what you ask for, too. Mm-hmm. Be careful I am a firm believer in asking for exactly what I want in a person. And I feel like you have to be so specific, like, put things out there that are so specific to the person that you're looking for. Because I feel like if you leave the details out, God will bring you somebody that's lacking some things. And you be like, dang, he is everything I want but this. You know what I'm saying? Because people have preferences. What do you think about preferences? Do you feel like preferences can be, say for example, because I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day, and we were talking about our preferences, what we prefer. For me, I said, I don't want a man that has grandchildren already because I don't have any. And I feel like that's a lot of pressure on a partner because then if he has grandkids and his kids and he's a family person, I mean, them grandkids going to be at my house every weekend. I want that. I don't want his grandkids at my house every weekend. So for me, I said, I don't want a person that has grandkids. But I will also, if this man ticks everything off my list, like 6'4", 220, a beard. No, I'm just kidding. Character traits. If his character traits outweigh
his
grandkids, man, I'll sacrifice the grandkids and I will be honey to them. I ain't gonna be grandma, but you can call me honey.
That's what I was asking. I'm like, so you just gonna pass up on the man because he got grandkids?
Nah, I'm gonna give him a chance because he meets all the other qualifications that I'm looking for in a partner, right? Yeah. He's loyal, he's honest, he comes on time. When I need him, he shows up. You know what I'm saying? He's consistent. Like, I'm willing to, has a great job, can contribute. You know what I'm saying? Those things are the most important things for me. Is not the physical. It's the character that you bring to the table. So I told the person I was talking to, I was like, I will, forego that preference. Even though it's on my preference list, I will forego that because the man has everything else that I'm looking for. So I think that certain preferences are made to be broken, right?
Yeah, I think preferences are just like stating what you're attracted to, but it's not the end all be all. It's like if I can find this,
I feel like a lot of people are alone though because they stick to that list of preferences so hard that you're not willing to bend. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. That's why they say a lot of people are single, because you are looking for perfection and perfection does not exist.
And they don't even see, like, you got to be open to something that you might not even have thought that you don't, if you haven't found your soulmate or your person and you in your older age, as you 30 plus, it's like something, you're being too, like you're saying, too specific. You're not giving yourself the freedom to really just experience people.
Right.
In order, because it might be somebody that you just didn't even know.
Right. There's somebody that comes into your path and would intrigue you as like their personality. Like I feel like somebody that brings you peace and there's no chaos. You know what I'm saying? And it's just conversation and and they're intentional and that kind of thing. That's more important to me. Consistency. I've been with inconsistent people. And they've been attractive, inconsistent people. Like I always say, I don't go. Yeah, I always say I don't really go for looks. I mean, you got to be able to look at a person first, and then kind of talk to them to see if the personality kind of fits. Because I feel like two people have to be compatible. You know what I'm saying? Compatibility is more important than anything. Because you can meet the person that meets all your preferences, and guess what? Y'all ain't compatible. So I'm willing to sacrifice being a step grandma for the man that meets everything else on my character list. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So this person, we was having that conversation and I was just like, oh, I believe though that when you start to get to know somebody and you meet somebody, you need to be entirely honest about what you're looking for, right? I don't think that you should lollygag around and not tell that person what you're looking for, because you're wasting time. Whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, you have to be brutally honest. You know what I'm saying? And cut that off immediately, because that way nobody's feelings get involved and it doesn't move on to the next. Because I feel like after the first 3 months you're getting to know a person, those are the conversations you're having with that person, right? Do you think? Like when you meet somebody, what's the first thing? Like what are some of the questions you might ask them? A man asking a woman.
What are you looking? Why are you single? What are you looking for that you didn't have in your past relationships? Or like, what do you feel like you was missing in other relationships?
Which is important. I think so. So I wanted to talk about manifesting the partner that you're looking for, right? Looking at the qualities of people. Looking at the qualities of people and what you're looking for in a partner. And I do feel like you have to become the person that you're looking for. First, you have to be that person so that you can attract. I think it's like the law of attraction, right? You attract what you are. If you... Well, I don't know about that.
Say, what about opposites attract and all
the
that
opposite,
too,
yeah, they do say, I was about to say that, but I don't know. I feel like...
Because people don't got to be exactly the same to attract, but maybe have the same aura and energy or type of...
Because I'm sitting here thinking about my past relationship that I just came out of, and I'm like, we were both Virgos. Yeah, and I was about to say, nah, I didn't attract what I am.
Yeah.
I attracted the exact opposite of who I am. So that's kind of like, So how do you manifest what you want?
That's what I say. Do you think maybe you manifested that in some way?
Honestly, probably so. I'm going to be honest, though. Because I feel like really in that relationship, I wasn't ready to commit. And I think that I didn't demand commitment from that person or consistency because I didn't want to be consistent and I sure didn't want to commit. I still wanted to do hot girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, now that I reflect back on it, I wanted to still be single and do what I wanted to do. listen, I think a lot of times men feel like, they're afraid of eyelashes bothering
The
me.
commitment, and that women are, you saying, are just as much afraid of it?
Yes, because why do men feel like women are coming into their bachelorhood, but you're coming into my bachelorette hood over here? Because guess what? I'm a woman that lives by herself, come and goes as she pleases. She spends her money how she wants. I do the things that I want to do when I want to do them. I don't pause anything. I live in the moment. And some people don't live like I live in that moment. Some people are planners. They foresee things, they write down and manifest what they want. I don't live in that type of world. I live in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like men feel like women, like we're not afraid to give up everything that we have, and we're just afraid as you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid first of all, I'm afraid of being hurt because I've been hurt and I know what that feels like. I know what heartbreak feels like, what pain feels like. Like, I don't want to go through that again, but I also don't want to let somebody in easily and give up everything that I do by myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's like, how can you honestly be looking to be loved or to look for love if you're not willing to be hurt? It's part of it.
It's not just sacrificial for men, it's sacrificial for women. We're all sacrificing something. You're giving up something when like for you were single for a long time and now you're in a relationship. You have to be sacrificial. You've had to give up some things. What things did you have to give up to be in your relationship today? Because you're used to going and working out when you want, coming in and eating when you
planning.
want.
Yeah, you're more planning.
Yeah.
But when you find somebody that understands, it's not difficult.
It shouldn't be complicated.
Yeah,
Why is it
complicated.
hard to say, okay, I can deal with this person? First of all, I think men feel like I said, they feel like they're giving up their bachelor pad, how they live as a bachelor, how they come and go. Women do the same thing, right? So I feel like as a couple, those things don't have to stop.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
do
say.
they?
Yeah, no, they don't.
Because
have to
really,
stop.
there is a 70-30% rule in a relationship. You spend 70% of your time with your partner and 30% of your time outside of your partner. Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't heard of that rule, but you definitely
It's a
need your
rule.
own time and your own space, or you're gonna go crazy.
You got to be yourself.
Yeah, because then you're gonna feel like you're turning into that person, or you don't get to like just live a little bit. You don't get to breathe if you all are smothered and just always attached at the hip 24/7.
I'm trying to find it. 70-30 rule in dating. Hold on.
Yeah, I never heard of that 70-30 rule.
70-30. So you should spend, this is what the 70-30 rule is. You should spend 70% of your time doing the things you want to do.
Oh, so
Doing the
70%.
work that you want to do. Like going to the gym, reading anything, playing video games. The next 10% of the time you should be spending around women that you're either dating or wanting to date. So it's 70, 10, 10, 10, but it's really supposed to be the 70-30 rule. This thing broke it down differently. They did 70, 10, 10, 10. 10% with your friends, 10%. It doesn't work that way. It should be more. It's a 70-30 rule in dating psychology. Has several interpretations, but it's 70% of a relationship should be based on the core compatibility and mutual respect, while the remaining 30% accounts for the inevitable imperfections.
That sounds like something different too.
Yeah, that's different too. What is?
They don't talk about like the time.
No,
thing
it's.
that you
I
were
know
saying.
it's a 70. Lord, now I gotta find it. Hold on. I want you to know what it is. It's crazy because it was just out here. Okay, here it is. A 70-30 relationship. Okay, so let's break it down. Because people feel like, oh my God, I'm going to be in a relationship. I can't do what I want to do. I can't travel with my friends anymore. Da, 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 da.
Go with your friends. Have fun. I'll be here when you get back.
So it says 70% of the greatest percentage of time, which is the 70% of time, should be to your relationship. you're dedicating it to being a couple, right? Mm-hmm. And the smallest percentage must remain for the exclusive use of the individual. So 30%, you're an individual. Go do the things that you want to do. You don't have to spend 100% of your time with your partner. I feel like that's too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to get tired.
Especially when you're living in the house with somebody.
Yeah, and shoot, if you're living in the house with somebody, if you're living in the house with the right person, it's not hard. But if you're living in the house with the wrong person.
Right. Yeah, just say like you're in a house with somebody and you're all day, y'all don't even like each other and you're in the house with somebody all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's going to drive you crazy. But people be rushing into stuff, I think.
I think so too. I think we're all looking for a partner, right? We all want love. Who doesn't want to be loved, right? And be in a nice, healthy, platonic relationship.
And have somebody on your side at all times that you know going to just understand.
Right. But when you don't have that and you're spending a lot of time with somebody, you wake up with that person. I couldn't even imagine being in the house with somebody that doesn't work. And I work from home. You know what I'm saying? That would drive me crazy because I like my freedom. So that's why I say in my last relationship, I didn't want to commit 100% either because I knew you're inconsistent. What am I committing to? If you're inconsistent, I'm going to be inconsistent too. I still want to hang out with my friends and have a good time. Why do I have to give up being single if you're not giving it up 100% either? I think it's a mutual respect for two people, right? Yeah. When you say we're going to be in a relationship.
Yeah. For the right person though, it shouldn't even be difficult. Like it ain't going to be.
Do you think you have to announce it?
What?
Does it, so, okay, because you weren't in a relationship for a while. Do you think that a person has to ask you to be exclusive, or is it just something that is automatically?
Because you got to ask, just so y'all on the same page, because you can't assume what somebody's thinking in their mind. Just because y'all are together all the time. Like, it should be a conversation for sure.
Right. And you're dating with intention. So I think people get lost in the fact that if you meet somebody and that person is not dating with intention, like your intention, for me, my intention is to be married eventually, right? So when I'm dating with that intention. Eventually, I want to be married. I'm not saying next month, 3 months, 6 months, because I feel like you need to know someone in all the seasons first before you can even marry them. And really, honestly, I would prefer to live with you first.
I think so too.
Before I marry you. Honestly.
Yeah, because we can't get along
in our household. We definitely can't get along in a marriage. And people say, just be honest, when you're married, you put up with a lot more in the marriage than you do when you're not married, right? Because you can kick somebody out, get the hell out my house, that kind of stuff. So, but you definitely, I feel like, gotta live with that person to see who they are.
100%.
Because you don't know nobody. When you're living in two separate households, you'll never get to know that person. You got to live with that person at least for 6 months to a year.
I think so too.
You think so?
Yep.
Do you think that will happen with your relationship eventually?
Yeah, exactly.
Are y'all talking about that?
I have a plan for this when I'm done school and what I would like my future to be like in 4 years.
Okay, you know? So you have a plan. You're visualizing what you see with this person.
Long term,
and that's what they say. You're manifesting by visualizing it. You're really manifesting your future with this person. Yeah. Right? And being a couple, being married, having kids, whatever your decisions are. I feel like people sometimes start relationships and the intent is there. The good intent is there that you want to be in a relationship with somebody, but you're not completely being honest with yourself. You have to be able to. First of all, I feel like the 3-6-9 rule, I always say that 3 months, the first 3 months, you should know if this person is good enough to move to the next 3 months, right? And then after the 6 months, then the next 3 months, is this someone that I can establish a future with? You should know that in 6 months. They say men usually know before women. Within 6 months, a man will know, oh, this is the woman I could spend the rest of my life with. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I think it's true. And
I think so
especially
too.
If you're dating with intention, then you'll notice characteristics in somebody that you've been looking for or that you didn't see in previous people you were dating. But, oh, this stands out. This is way different, you know?
Right. This is what I see in this person, and I can see myself with this person, that kind of thing.
Or just like this person cares. This person has a nurturing spirit.
Right.
This person, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I think if you see, because I think a lot of times we see, like, I'm not going to say red flags, because sometimes they're not even red flags. They're yellow. It's like a medium. You got a high risk, which is a red flag. You got a medium risk, which is yellow. And then you got the green, the go, right? And I think sometimes it's not a red flag, but there's like a medium flag, a yellow flag that exists. That is, it could be like the person, you know, I don't know. It could be a medium risk for somebody. Maybe they're not 100% in. They're only 50% in. And they like you, but they don't make the time to be with you. Or they don't want to give up the things that they got going on in their lives. There's a lot of people that are selfish and don't want to give up what they got going on to include the person that they like, I think. What do you think?
Are you speaking from experience?
I'm talking from not specifically experience, but just saying that does happen. You meet somebody, they like you, you like them, but they're still not willing to include you in the things that they're doing, right? Because is it too soon?
That could be a thing. Or they might think that you're not interested. You don't show interest in the stuff that
they're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I never
you don't
thought about
mention
that.
it, or you don't ask, oh, what are you doing?
I think past relationships, people behave off of what they've experienced too, right? If you're with somebody, say you was with a woman that was like, didn't show any interest, like you said, in what you're doing, or that she required a lot of attention, right? You might be scared to see that in the next person, and that might be the reason you don't talk to this girl no more. Maybe she was mean and nasty in the relationship, but she was beautiful. So now you meet somebody else, and now I feel like people look for the same patterns. Does that make sense? Like sometimes you look to see if this person is the same as the person you just came out of the relationship. I think like, I don't know. I feel like if I seen what I seen in the previous person, I'm running. I'm running in the opposite direction. What you think?
That you need to switch your preferences up because it's something you're doing that keep bringing the same type of
Oh
person
my
around.
gosh, I hope not.
It's something that if you getting them back to back to back like that, then it's like,
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
That is so true. What am I doing wrong that's happening, right? So it says you got to become the partner that you want, right? First you have to cultivate oh, sorry guys. I'll call her back. First you have to cultivate the same qualities within yourself by focusing on self-awareness, strong communication, and personal growth. That's important. You want somebody, you got to become the person that you want. So it says, develop the qualities you seek in a partner, such as kindness, such as ambition and respect, and be willing to be vulnerable and open. Ultimately, being the partner you want means working on yourself to be the best version of you, which will naturally attract a complementary partner. I think when people are on their 100% A game, you can attract an A player
Exactly,
or partner, right?
yeah, it's just somebody who's also working on themselves to be a good person.
A good person,
Yeah,
a better person. Like, I think that's very important. So cultivating, who you are, and then attracting that same quality person in your life. I think when you're on your A game, you're on your A game. You know what I'm saying? That's in life in general. I feel like that when you're doing bad in life, you shouldn't be out here dating anybody. Honestly, why are you out here dating and your shit it just ain't right now? Wait till you're in your A game again and then start dating. Right?
Yeah, when it's not right in your life, you spread negative energy around too to people, but some people don't care how they affect others. So.
No, they don't. They don't understand how you impact others because you miserable. You want to make everybody else miserable. I believe that misery loves company, honestly. So how do you cultivate self-awareness and personal growth? First, you have to take the time to know what it is that you want so that you can attract the same type of values and establish boundaries. You have to healthy boundaries for people too. You know what I'm saying? And that means your boundaries, imposing those same boundaries on that person that you're trying to manifest. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Taking the time to know what you want and need in a partner, including your own values and your own boundaries. Work on you, like you just said. Work on the best version of you so that you attract the same type of person. You know what I'm saying? I think we out here with issues. You out here with trauma bonds and trauma issues, past relationship issues, and all you do is continuously bring that into this any current relationship that you're in. You're bringing that past. You got to deal with that past so that you can leave it in the past and start fresh. I believe that is the only way that you're going to meet somebody that is on the same plane, same level as you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your past, how do you think, what's the best way to go about that? Do you go to therapy?
Go to therapy.
Is that the only way though? Like what else?
I guess no. I think taking accountability for whatever role you play in the past relationship, because I feel like each player plays a role, right? And we have to take accountability for whatever things that we did to either accept the bad behavior or, accept the things that you did to contribute or add on to the bad behavior. Because I feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody that's not acting right, you may do some things to push them to not act right, right? Maybe you're going through their phone. Maybe you're following them. Maybe you're just doing things. You're checking their bank account stuff to see if he's taking somebody to lunch or she's taking somebody to lunch to see if the person's cheating. Like, I think all of that has to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So are you still in your hot girl summer bag then? If you're saying that you felt my God. If I meet the right person, I'm willing to I haven't met the right person, but I'm saying if I do meet the right person, because I feel like I'm afraid too. I like my life how it is. Honestly, I do. Just like any man would be afraid, women are afraid too, because we're giving up a lot too. Especially for myself, because I'm family oriented. I'm with you guys a lot. Like, those are things, when I have a husband, then I have to include him in those things. And am I willing to bring this person into my life? And are they accepting of that? You know what I'm saying? That all has to do with, being able to be your authentic self in front of this person, right? I don't know. I feel like that's very important. I'm sure people think about when they meet somebody, can I bring this person around my family and will they be okay? Yeah, for sure. Right? Do you think like that from a male's perspective? Because I feel like women do that a lot. Like, is he going to embarrass me when I'm with my people? Do y'all think about that? Yeah, we think about that. Y'all do? For sure. Oh my gosh, because I feel like I think about that a lot. Yeah. Like, if this person is quiet and we're not a quiet family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think that matters. Though. No? As far as that, it's just more of will they get along is what I think. Will they get along with my family more than anything? Yeah. Yeah. And I think people know their families to say, all right, we're a little different. Well, yeah, I feel like heard that before. Yeah, I feel like people, especially in Latin families, like, we hug and say goodbye. We say hello, we give you a hug. You leave, we give you a hug. We might see you in the street, give you a hug. Like, we're just a hugging family. And some people don't like people in their space and being hugged. They might kind of, refrain from being hugged or just be like, back up, like, wait a minute, y'all too touchy-feely for me. Like, you have to be able to you have to own who you are, and they have to be able to own who they are and say that they're uncomfortable, right? Oh, yeah, that just comes with being honest with each other, even if it's about each other's family or about whatever, Yeah, yeah. So you got to be ready for that. Everybody's families are different. So you have to embrace your authentic self. Be comfortable in your own skin, right? Be comfortable in your own skin. So be growth oriented. Choose to be a person who is willing to grow, learn, and do the hard work of a relationship. Learning, growing, and knowing. That's something Trina and I always say. Learning, growing, and knowing. Relationships are hard, man. People think they're easy.
And there's no rules to it.
There's no
blueprint.
rules. There are no rules to relationships. I think that you have to have. It's funny because there is a rule for relationship.
Oh, yeah.
It's the 5-5-5 rule.
What's that? Look, you got all
That's
these
like for
rules.
communicating. Okay, hey, I do research now. It's the 5-5-5 rule in a relationship. When you're communicating with somebody, say you're having a disagreement with somebody, you take 5 minutes to explain your side. They take 5 minutes to explain their side, and then the last 5 minutes you talk it out.
No, that sounds like it could work.
Yo, it does work. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, and I'm gonna shut up because it's hard when you got somebody like me that is always. I am very. I've been told that I am very.
Have you accepted? Because you
I don't
I've
take
been told.
constructive criticism well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I defend myself
Yeah.
when somebody's talking to me. And I do. I become defensive. I think we all become defensive. Y'all know I'm a Virgo. We think we're perfect. Okay? So, of course, I'm going to become defensive. But that's... The 5-5-5 rule really helps for those types of situations where a person, y'all can be having a disagreement and the person be like overpowers the conversation. Okay, you got 5 minutes. I mean, you put this clock on and you get in 5. Hey, I'm giving you 5 minutes. I'm taking my 5 minutes. You can't say nothing. And then the last 5 minutes, y'all talking it out.
And what if y'all start arguing again in that last 5
Then you
minutes?
got to go back to the start of the 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a good balance in allowing the space for you to get the problems or whatever the disagreement
I mean,
was
it's
resolved.
open. It allows for listening because you're actually listening. And that 5 minutes, guys, pull out your phone and take notes to what the person is saying. Because I think a lot of times when you're arguing with somebody and you become defensive, I stop hearing.
Yeah, you're not listening. Or
I
anybody.
ain't listening to
ain't
shit you
nobody
saying.
listening, yeah.
You lost me 10 minutes ago. Like, honestly. But people don't realize that, listening goes when you're stressed and have anxiety, or the person, because there's two people in a relationship. You got a calm person and you might have a person that's more boisterous, right? And the other person might be calm. Their energy might be calm, where your energy is more high energy, high vibrations, right? And that person probably doesn't feel heard. You got to make sure that you're hearing, you know what I'm saying? That you're being heard. Not only that you're hearing, but that you're being heard by this person is listening to what you're saying. And then you come up with an agreement or a way to kind of talk it out. You know what I'm saying? I think you got to be able to. I feel like I was in a past relationship before where the person was more aggressive than me. And I'm pretty aggressive, but two aggressive people, like we would never hear each other because I would shut down immediately. If I feel like you're being too aggressive, I'm shutting down. I ain't listening to shit you saying. I'm just sitting there. And if you ask me what you said, I won't be able to recollect what you're saying because I wasn't really listening. I feel like that's not a good way to communicate. Somebody is failing.
Oh, so y'all never did the 5-5-5 rule?
No, I just learned about that recently.
Oh, okay.
Recently. So, and you can use that not only in your romantic relationships, but in your familial relationships.
Yeah.
Giving everyone the opportunity to talk and taking that time at the end to really listen to what that person is saying. And at the end, really come together. You can write down your little key notes. You know what I'm saying? So that you can definitely talk it out. You have to, the whole thing about being in a relationship is really adopting the mindset of a partnership, right? Because I feel like in a partnership, sometimes it's not just, verbalizing what you want, but you have to pay attention because there's, non-verbalizations. Like when you're in a, in a heated conversation, it's just looking at how the person is positioned, looking at their facial expressions, how their bodies, if they're sitting up, if they're slouched over, are they confident, are they not? Like those are things you have to pay attention to. What do you think?
I think also you need to ask direct questions. Like, you can't assume that somebody's understanding what you're saying. You can't assume that they're even like know what they did wrong. Like, you have to
Right.
be very direct. That's
Yeah.
something that I'm trying to be more of, even in my current version, in my current relationship. Just be direct.
Yeah.
Just say exactly how you feel, and if you need something from me, tell me. 'Cause
Right.
I'm not a
I'm
mind
not-
reader.
I
ain't got
cannot
no
read you.
I'm a Superman, but I ain't got no superpowers.
That is so true. Like, if you don't verbalize,
I'm not going to know.
I cannot read between the lines. People just automatically assume that you can read between. I don't read between the lines.
You should know. You should know. You should.
And it's funny because even with somebody, I've been in a relationship before where the person will ask you, like, are you mad? And you really are mad, but then you be like, no, I'm not mad.
And then that's on you, because then that was on you, because you.
But you should be able to verbalize, I'm upset right now. I'm not mad because I don't feel like nothing should make you mad.
Yeah.
But you can be upset.
I'm upset because of this, and I don't.
You got to
really
be able to
talk right now,
verbalize
or
that.
something. Yeah, you have.
You have to, especially when your nonverbal expressions is really showing. I had a guy that knew me so well.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't have to say nothing, but he knew by my body how I positioned myself. He knew, like, you don't even have to say nothing, but I can tell by the way you're moving. That's when a person really knows who you are.
But then when you say, no, I'm not mad, and they go about their day acting like you're not mad, then you can't be mad at them. And then you come back saying, oh, you acting like you don't care. Oh, you told me you wasn't mad. So
yeah, so I moved on. And here you are. Now you want to come back tomorrow, the next day, and say, I was upset. I'm like that too, because I'm what you consider passive aggressive. I mean, you got to really, I'm passive until I'm aggressive, basically. But I could be passive and be passive and be passive until I get really mad, and then I'm aggressive.
I thought passive aggressive was when, like, you use like little slick terms.
That too, I do that a lot. I'm petty as hell.
Yeah. It's more like petty.
But I'm
anger.
passive until I'll accept that, and I'll say little slick shit until I get really mad, and then you're really gonna get the rah me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be that girl, the rah girl anymore. But you gotta. I mean, that's all about knowing yourself. You got to know who you are. You got to know who you are. Because people will call you out. And then you'll be like, no, that's not really, yeah, that's me. People know you. You know what I'm saying? So we're all different. We have to respect people where they are. We're not all the same. And when you're in a partnership with somebody, you have to understand that they have their own flaws, their own strengths. I don't want to even say flaws, like weaknesses. They have their own weaknesses and their own strengths. You do too. But you got to give people, I think that we, sometimes we hinder people in being able to be expressive because of the way we come off. You know what I'm saying? Negative, and that makes a person, you kind of like retrieve and not
defensive, like you were saying.
Yeah, you become defensive.
Defensive when persons get defensive. It's like, see, I don't even want this to turn into something
la
big.
la, I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, so now we about to be arguing, and I'm just trying to tell them how I feel so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, you got to listen, when you're in a relationship, you got to be supportive of the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? And they got to be supportive of you. You know what I'm saying? When you learn somebody, you start to learn all those things about them. The person will start to learn that, okay, he walked away, he needs time. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say, give me a few minutes, I'll be back. It's okay to verbalize what you expect and what you want. I think a lot of times we don't do that, and we retrieve and just be like, because I used to be like that with the person that was more aggressive than me. I used to just be like, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Just kind of walk away. And then nothing is ever solved.
Exactly.
Because you never say what it is that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
An agreement, and y'all never understand each other fully because you're just giving up every time it get hard or something like that.
And that's a superficial relationship. You've never gotten down to the deep core of your relationship and communicating. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, for me, I always try to, when I look at a partner or a potential partner, that's why character traits are very important to me. Not how much money you make what you can bring to the table. Bring the table, and I'm gonna bring the chairs. Like, I don't care nothing about none of that stuff, because I feel like those things, you can always improve yourself to make more money, to be wealthy. It's all working at it. Just like with I feel like the character traits that you have are intrinsic, and those are hereditary, what you've learned through being with your parents and how you are. Because sometimes people will say to you, oh, you act like your mom, or you act like your father. Oh, you're just like your mother. That's because you've been around these people and you've developed those character traits. That is very important. Becoming a better version of yourself as far as employment, you can improve that. Yeah. You can't bring something to the table that you don't have. If you ain't never been honest in your life, you'll never be an honest person. If you ain't never been a loyal person and you've been out here cheating your whole relationships, then you ain't never going to be a non-cheater, right? You ain't never going to be loyal. It's just, those character traits are not things that you can you develop them over time? Sure you can. With practice and self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? But people look for the wrong things. I want a millionaire. You want a millionaire? Anybody can become a millionaire. They said, where was I watching this the other day? And they said, if you typed into AI that you wanted to be a millionaire, AI can tell you how to get there and give you a plan on how to become a millionaire. That's crazy. But I haven't done it, but I believe it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Go over there. Sorry, y'all. Nori's over here bothering me. Yeah. But I really believe that you can manifest those things if you want to. But AI will tell you exactly how to.
Yeah, they give you a layer, but you also still got to do the work.
You got to.
Just because it tell you how to do it.
I was about to say that you got to do the work. That's with anything. Yeah. So relationships, becoming a millionaire, it doesn't matter. If you don't do the work, you ain't getting nowhere, right? You got to put in the time, the energy, the effort. You got to be disciplined. You got to be self-aware. Like, those are the things that are going to get you, to those places, but you got to do the work. A lot of people ain't willing to do the work. Exactly. Not even in a relationship are they willing to do the work, right? There are, to me, there are skills that you have to bring into a relationship. What do you think are some skills that a person would have to bring into a relationship?
Patience, communication.
Communication is like key.
I think that's the main
thing.
If you ain't got communication, you ain't gonna figure nothing out.
Nothing.
More than anything. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Being a good listener. We were just saying some of the things. Being a good listener.
Problem
solving. If you can't hear them, being able to problem solve. There are skills that you have to bring into. You can't leave. That's just like when you're going to work. You have certain skills for that job.
That you get hired for.
That you got hired for to do that job. If you're an electrician, you better know how to be an electrician. You better know how to put them wires together. See if the wires are live or not live. Those are the things you better know how to do.
Get hurt,
right. Or somebody's going to get hurt. Same thing as in a relationship. If you ain't coming in with the necessary skills, somebody is going to get hurt. I hate to say that, but you got to be able to. Can you develop skills while you're in a relationship? Sure you can. If you're with the right partner and that partner is coming with a lot of positive skills and has been in. Because I think it really has to do with past relationships. Have you been in good relationships or have you been in bad relationships? And then that trauma that person brings on. But if you hook up with somebody that has the positive energy, is just a positive person, I think that you can develop the skills needed to be in a healthy relationship. Because you have a partner that is showing you how to be a good partner, right? You think that can happen?
Yeah. So what do you say about people who never been in a relationship and then get together? You saying it's not going to work because they don't have experience?
Because I feel like I'm gonna say this because people are single in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, 50s, and beyond, right? I feel honestly, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but I feel like a man my age group in their 50s that is coming to a relationship, they never been married before, don't have any kids, I don't think they're self-aware. I don't think coming into a relationship with somebody who has been married before, has lived with someone before, some of these people have never lived with anybody, don't have any kids. Not saying that they can't be disciplined, but there's some things that they're lacking, and communication and listening might be one of them, because you haven't been in a real relationship. Or if you have, it's never led you to the point where you would get married. How do you feel? Because I know you've been in a long-term relationship before. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you lack certain skills? Or do you feel like every relationship that you go into, you develop those skills more as you move on to the next relationship?
Oh, yeah, I think you definitely develop them more. And even when you look back on like, oh, this is why that didn't work, or I could have did this better.
So you learn, you take accountability, and you
yeah.
accept the fact that I could have done things a little bit differently. Because I feel like even with you, you're in your 30s, right? And you've never been married and you don't have any children. I feel like sometimes people that don't have kids don't understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Or
I feel
we
like
understand things better, because it's like,
why you say that?
This is a serious dedication. This is a serious commitment. I'm not gonna do this with a random person.
That's a good point too. I didn't think about it from that perspective, but I've heard some people say the reason that I never had children is because I wanted to be married.
Yeah, and I never wanted baby mama drama with a random person that I didn't see.
I stand corrected.
Yes, because it's like we might overstand it. It's like
that requires a serious commitment that I am not ready for.
This person's not gonna get from me.
Okay, I didn't think about it that way, because I always feel like, because I've met several men. You know, I dated Omar. Omar didn't have any children and had never been married. And I feel like there was some level of immaturity there with him, because he didn't understand certain responsibilities that I have to my children, because he's never been married or had kids himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some men, I feel like they're not realistic. A mother is a mother at the end of the day, and a mother never stops mothering. So it's different. If my kids have to come back home, they got to come back home, bruh. And if you're not with that, then you with the wrong person, because I'm never going to tell my kids, no, they can't come back home.
Yeah, do you think, I guess it's not the same, but I'm going to say you can develop a man not having kids. I feel like he could also maybe develop those skills, because Omar owned a business, right?
Yeah.
So he understood work 24/7. You know, anything can happen. It just is applied differently.
That's true too. I didn't think about it there, because
Yeah,
he was an entrepreneur and still is, like running his own
So
business.
it's like, I'm doing. It's just a little different. It's like he know his a worker, an employee could call any minute, and then now it's on him.
Yeah, and he's not understanding of that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. So maybe he's just
when
not,
his employee used to call out or just be like sick and not show up,
Yeah,
he would be like,
it.
"It's a no call, no show." I said, "But something could have happened. You don't never know." You know what I'm saying?
So maybe
and he would be like, "He's fired."
Look, maybe
like he wasn't very understanding of that.
And maybe
so
he's just not an understanding person, or that's not.
that
something
that could be one of his character, flaws, that he's not very understanding, and and I always feel like when you don't have children, you don't understand certain things. You're not flexible or bendable, or with kids, you have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
You have to. It's just a lot, and I felt like a lot of times I'd be like, "This is because he don't have no kids." Omar, it's because you don't have no kids. So,
yeah, you would know.
But because you don't have no kids
Yeah.
either. But I feel like if the person you're with doesn't have children either, like y'all both will understand each other better.
Yeah, figure it out together. If y'all end up having kids, and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I feel like, but when the person comes in to a relationship where the woman or the man already has kids and they do not, it's a different learning experience. I mean, you have to be open. You have to be willing to learn the person that you're with. You got to communicate and listen. Listen, everybody has a preference and is looking for a certain type of person. And in order to do that, you have to manifest it. Put it in the air that that's the person that you want. Everything that you're looking for in that person, you have to become. Okay? So that's what you need to be. If you're out here lying and not telling the truth, but you want an honest person, you ain't never gonna get that, because you have to work on yourself first before I feel like it's a law of attraction. You'll get what you want, what you want out of a relationship or out of a person. I feel like that's really true. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my past relationship, I wasn't ready.
You want to be a hot girl, you're going to get a hot boy.
I still wanted to be.
Yep.
I wanted to be a hot girl, and I got exactly that. A hot boy. A boy by all means of the word boy, okay? But anyways, you have to, like I said, manifest what you want, become what you want, put it in the air that that's what you want, and bring all that positivity back. It will come back to you. I really believe that, okay? That's what I think. Work on yourself first and become the person that you're looking for. That's very important, all right? That's what you need to work on. That's what manifesting something truly means. What do you think?
Yep, I think you got the right idea. I think you must put in the time for yourself in order to receive what you want in all aspects of your life.
You can't expect to get certain qualities in a person when you don't possess those same qualities.
Yeah, it's like the holidays coming up. It's like Christmas. If you was a good boy, you're gonna get some presents, and your world.
If you was bad, you're getting cold.
Yeah, you're getting cold.
Well, guess what? If you was bad, you're getting cold, and you're attracting cold.
Cold, yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Honestly, so you got to definitely make sure, because people look at a lot of superficial things. Oh, she's good looking. She got nice hair. He got nice clothes on. Oh, his goals are not. You're looking at the superficial things. Those things don't matter. Yeah. Honestly, they don't. That stuff money can buy. Money can buy. It was a guy that said, you can't buy loyalty. He said, if you strip a woman of everything that money can buy, could she still be loyal and honest and a good person? Because the rest you can buy, I can buy. Mm-hmm. He said, I can buy some titties. Mm-hmm. I can buy a BBL. Mm-hmm. I can buy some hair, some lashes, some nails, some makeup. Yep. But can you buy the integrity of a person? No, you cannot. That person has to come with the integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Batteries
can't buy that.
Included.
And batteries included. But that's what he said. You strip them down to all the things that money can buy, and what are you really getting? Mm-hmm. Think about it. And that, as a matter of fact, moving forward, that's how I'm going to look at it. If money can buy it, what do you really possess? Honestly. That's how I'm going to start thinking of stuff. When I look at you, I'm going to tear you down by what money bought you. Mm-hmm. And the rest, if you ain't got it, I always say I want somebody. I was just having this conversation with somebody. I want somebody that can communicate, who's honest, who's loyal, that has the same, who's disciplined. Discipline meaning if a person gets up in the morning and goes to the gym, that's discipline. If the person is meal prepping, that's discipline. A lot of people don't have discipline. It's hard to be disciplined. I know, because I struggle with it. I do. I struggle with it too. It's hard to be disciplined. You're disciplined in certain parts of your life, and then the other parts of your life, they lack discipline. So you have to be, if you're going to be disciplined, you'd have to be disciplined all 360. You got to be loyal 360. You got to be honest 360. Like, you manifest all those things so that you can get exactly what you're looking for in a partner, okay? Yes, that's what I think. That's serious growth. That's working on yourself. That's being authentic, being accountable. Be you, okay? Make sure that you're growing personally. That's the most important thing. Grow personally so that you can attract somebody that is on the same page as you. If not, you're going to keep attracting trash. Like a magnet. Can a magnet even attract trash?
Nah, I mean, if it's like recyclable.
If it's recyclable tin.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, y'all, be who you want to attract. And I think that if you stick to that, I think that you can definitely get exactly what you're looking for. You got to visualize what you want and visualize who you want and become that person so that you can attract that person. That's all I'm saying at Titi's House Podcast. Thanks for joining us, guys.